Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you're all okay. To all the subscribers, family members, whatever you wish to call yourselves, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to do another couple of poems from my book, which is called Reflection Selection. And that's me on the back and all the bump about me, being a poet and a sculptor, etc, etc. The book is available on Amazon. I can't remember what price it is, but if anyone's interested in buying a book, contact me on scrapmanjenkinson@yahoo.com, where I sell them for £5. I know they're more expensive on Amazon. Right folks, the first one is a silly one really. It's called The Doctors. Sitting in the doctor's waiting room, among all the coughs and sneezes, I hope I see the doctor soon and get away from these diseases. There are people sat there scratching, others covered in big red spots, the elderly spluttering and coughing while they wait their flu shot. There are children running round and screaming while their mothers are on mobile phones, all waiting for the doctor to call them, just listen to them moan and groan. Old folk make noise when they sit down, when they get up there's much more. The people are getting really wound up, while screaming children are playing with toys. After what seemed like an eternity, the doctor's receptionist called me in. I stood at the door and knocked. "Enter," said a voice from deep within. "I'm so sorry for keeping you waiting," the doctor said in a jest. "To start with, you need to see the nurse. You need to have a blood test." Back to the doctor's room for him to have a guess. "I will prescribe for the symptoms you're showing. The chemist will give you some laxatives and then very soon you'll be going. If that doesn't work, come back in a week, then I can have a go at guessing once more. Now your 10-minute appointment is over. When you go, please close the door. I didn't feel too bad when I went there. Now I have an itchy rash and a sneeze. It'll be because of all those other patients. They will have given me their disease." Right folks, this one's a more sinister one, I suppose. A darker poem, shall we say. And this one is called The Cathedral. The police helicopter hovering overhead. No doubt you can hear it. But there we go. I'll try and talk above it. Or maybe not. Right guys, this is called The Cathedral. There are angels in the cathedral, absorbing colour from stained glass. The high altar is illuminated by candles, which is a backdrop to the Mass. The cruelty of the crucifix, bloodied hands and nails. Arms outstretched, a lifeless form faces the pews. Was this really the Son of God, Jesus Christ, King of the Jews? The sun streams through the stained glass, a kaleidoscope of colour carpets the floor, while a man dressed in religious clothing is stood by an old oak door. There is a monk stood by the chancel rail, but is he really there? Or is he a ghost from centuries past? Incense lingers on the air. There are plaques engraved upon the wall, relating to some ancient archaic law. There are 10 commandments to live by, if you want to pass through heaven's door. The candles on the altar are flickering, as though blown by unseen breath. The mist in the graveyard is dancing. Eternal spirits are raised from the dead. The lifeless Christ just hangs there. But how can that really be? Because on the third day he rose again to set those captives free. Strange sounds come from the catacombs, a strange disembodied voice spoke. which became louder by the minute as all those who were dead awoke. The atmosphere grew much darker. Then there were footsteps heard in the aisle. Several nuns knelt in front of a priest who had a strange, sardonic smile. Suddenly the organ began playing, yet there was no organist there. I'm not sure if they saw me. They appeared to be unaware. Black candles were lit on the altar, a blood sacrifice tied to the floor. They began to invoke Lucifer, swearing their devotion to him evermore. Very soon there was a strange smell of sulphur, then the sound of a tolling bell. The cathedral walls began to shake as Lucifer ascended from hell. Prostrating themselves in worship, daring not to look on his face. I just had one thing on my mind. I need to get out of this place. There were dark angels in the stained glass. The inverted crucifix they mocked. The sacrificial offering was slaughtered. Not one of them there was shocked. Lucifer stood there just laughing, inflicting those there with pain, as they had heralded in a new age, which would be known as the devil's reign. So, that's a darker side to my poetry. I hope you've enjoyed what you've heard, folks. If you have, please hit the like button, leave a comment in the box below, hit the bell icon for any future uploads, and please consider subscribing to the channel. It will cost you absolutely nothing, helps the channel grow, and we become part of that bigger family. And at that point, as always, my friends, I will say to you all, Namaste. And may your God go with you. Bye for now.